Hello, hello, gems. Welcome in. Happy super booper duper Saturday. Hope everybody is doing fantastic today. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Hello, welcome in, Autumn. So good to see you. Danny H, welcome in. HX, so good to see you here again. Yam Yam Girl in Disguise. Hello. You're Yam Yam Girl in Disguise. What's your real? What's your real form then? Hi, Monster. Welcome in. Mel, good to see you. This is a bop. Yeah, I just found this playlist this morning. Let's see what it's called. It's called Tuesday Vibes. Bro, it's not even a Tuesday. It's actually kind of upsetting. Tuesday Vibes. Music to put you in a better mood. And it has like a little cat like flicking its tail. It's pretty cute. It's pretty good. Let me, I'll show you. Hold up. We got those two. Hold up. Here we are. He's vibing. He is vibing. Heck yes. All right, so welcome friends. Today we're gonna hang out for a bit, but we are gonna be doing thumbnail reviews and makeovers. So if you have a thumbnail for a YouTube video that you've been working on, you can donate $1 through Super Chat, or you can join YouTube members if that's something you'd like to do. That works as well. But when you do that, basically what you can do is enter yourself into the queue. Let me grab the link here and paste that in chat. You can enter yourself into the queue. Obviously our queue is fresh right now because we just started stream. But if you pay $1, you'll get on the list. And if you want to hop the queue in front of other people, you can pay more than $1. But we will be taking a look at thumbnails today because thumbnails are everything when it comes to YouTube. If your thumbnail's not good, yo, you're not getting anybody clicking on your video. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got to figure it out. And I'm here to help you figure it out. So I'm here to help you do that. So if anybody wants thumbnail reviews, you can send that in. And also, just as an update, we'll be streaming for about 10, 11, 12, 2 hours. And after the 2 hours, I'll be switching over to be multi-streaming on Steam and on Twitch because I actually got invited by 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸, which is a publishing company for games. I got invited by 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸 to play a new game for 𝐒𝐿 and it is called I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, and it looks so good, and I can't wait to play it. So we'll be switching over to do that in about 2 hours. So we got 2 hours of thumbnail reviews. Dash, thank you so much for the super chat for the one. Do you have a particular thumbnail that you would like to be reviewed? If not, also I don't know why my alert box is not working. Hold on, let me bring these over. If not, I can choose one off of your channel too. So it's totally up to you. Oh, you have no thumbnails? Oh, thank you. No worries. No worries at all. How's everybody's day going so far today, though? Anybody have any plans for this Super Saturday? I'm streaming most of the day, so... Hi, I'm 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐸𝐿. Am I saying your name right? Dionysius. 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 Oh, there we go. Anything but baka. Yes. I'm gonna move this slightly. Man, I don't know why, but my alerts are like always off. I'll just wait. I'm just gonna wait again until it's up so I can move it and try to fix it again. Good luck with my name. Thank you. The luck is needed. It's absolutely needed. Bum 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 bum. I'm confident in my thumbnails. You're confident in your thumbnails? Autumn, have you made YouTube videos? Have you started creating content on YouTube at all? I know you've been starting TikTok, right? I've been mainly watching the anime, the 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐿 quintuplets. Oh yeah, I've heard it's good. I just started the anime Orange actually. I watched the first episode and it was quite sad. Hello Thorn, welcome in. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Welcome in, welcome in. Good morning, happy Saturday. Yeah, Orange is interesting so far. It's pretty sad. I wasn't expecting it to go the direction that it's going, but we'll see how it goes. It's like a little bit slow right now too. Okay, I don't know if I'm the only one that's noticed this, but I think a problem that I commonly feel like I see in anime is a lot of characters, you guys might get mad at me for this, or maybe it's just all the anime I'm watching lately, but like all the characters are like super basic. Like, and when I say that, I mean like their character design is so bland and I just don't care to like look at them. And that makes it really hard for me to watch because there's so many characters that are just so like, I don't know. They're just boring. Like they have their school uniforms and they have like just brown hair or blonde hair and like, okay, but like what about the fun characters? You know what I mean? And I feel like there's always like a lack of exciting characters. But I think it's just the animes that I'm watching recently. I don't think it's like, because obviously we know there's lots of anime that has like good character design, but finished assignment 4 was really fun. I think I did a decent job. Oh, hype. Awesome. I'll have to check it out when I get the chance, Lion. I'm glad that it was fun for you. I think that's one of the most important parts is when you're learning stuff like that it's fun, because if it's not fun, you know, then what's the point? I used to, it's mostly just speedruns, but I want to get back into actually edited content. Yeah. Desliv, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Eternal Gems. You're now a magical celestial wolf girl, and I hope you enjoy your stay on the Sapphire Star. Okay, I think I just fixed it so we don't have the double alerts now. Nice. Yeah, no, you should though, Autumn. That'd be great. I borrowed a Sailor manga from my local library. Ooh, oh, Sailor manga, Sailor Moon. Yeah, I got you. Hi, Zach. Welcome in. For anybody who's just joining us, if you guys are interested in thumbnail reviews, you can donate $1 super chat, and we'll take a look at your thumbnails and make them better. And I'll probably go over a general list of things that is really important for thumbnail creation as well, just as like a general overview. I mean, looking at specific examples always helps, of course, but I think that will be really helpful for people as well. But we'll vibe right now, like I said, for a bit, kind of let people pour in. Hello though, Zach. How are you doing? We need to get rid of the charity command. I'm wearing my Starlight hoodie, guys. I'm wearing my Starlight hoodie. Check it out. I got this from supporting Starlight. From you guys supporting Starlight as well, the whole community. They sent it and it was very nice of them. And I'm obsessed. I just wish that there was something on the back. I'm like really a big advocate for having things on the back of your hoodie or your sweatshirt. But yeah, we got the sleeve, which is epic. And then we have like the little star right there. Yeah. So it's really nice. Hi, Axel. Welcome in. How's your day going? Hello. Happy Saturday. Oh, you love my makeup today. Thank you. You're so kind. I really appreciate the compliments. How's your Saturday been? Trying to draw a drawing toggle for my VTuber. A drawing toggle? Do you mean like your VTuber's gonna be drawing on the toggle? Bum. I'm not sure what you're saying. I only speak English. I'm sorry. I can't wait for the anime Call of the Night to air. It's done in the same manga by the same manga artist who did Dagashi Kakashi. Oh yeah, or I want to see Dagashi Kakashi. I almost started it the other day because I saw like the thumbnail on Hulu and I was like, oh man, this looks good. And then I don't remember why. Oh yeah, I didn't end up starting Dagashi Kakashi. That's when I started Our Love Is Always 10 centimeters apart. And I didn't start Dagashi instead. Oh, thank you, Autumn. Yeah, I just re-dyed my hair recently, so it's fresh. It's looking fresh today. Although my nails are like slightly, this is what happens when you dye your hair. Your nails get like tinted whatever color, especially with blue. And like I'm going to a YouTube convention in like 2 weeks and I don't want to wear fake nails to the YouTube convention because I don't want them like falling off during. So I was like, okay, I've been growing my nails out. They're like super long right now. I usually keep my nails short. I do not like growing them out because it just bothers me. Plus I play guitar and it's really hard to play guitar with your left hand, like putting on the frets with long nails. But I've been growing them out and I dyed my hair a little bit early before the convention because I was like, I know my fingers and my nails are literally going to be blue for like 2 weeks. So I got to do it before that. So my like people aren't looking at me like I'm an alien with blue fingernails. But when I put nail polish over it too, it'll be better. But it's kind of, you know, people think you're an alien sometimes. They're like, bro, why are your nails green? And I'm like, I swear I'm not gross. I promise. It's just my hair dye. Day's going well. Lots to do. Ooh, what do you got on the to-do list? I'm doing pretty good. We have a pretty big day ahead of us. We're going to be doing thumbnail reviews here today on YouTube. And then in about 2 hours, around 12, I'm going to be ending stream. And then at 1 o'clock, I got invited by 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸 to play for 𝐿udoNarraCon to play I was a teenage exocolonist by Northway Games. So that's going to be fun. And I'll be live on Steam and on Twitch. And I'm excited for that. So it's going to be a long day, but it's going to be fun. The 𝐒𝐲𝐲 𝐒𝐲𝐲 pretty good anime, so I think you'd really like it. I have a feeling you'll also like Hotaru. What's Hotaru? Tell me about Hotaru. Hi, Avatarmi. Welcome in. Again, we have a open queue right now. If anybody's interested in thumbnail reviews, I'll drop the Google Docs here. $1 for entry if you would like your thumbnail looked at or reviewed. And if you want to hop the queue, but as we just started stream, there's nobody in queue right now. You can donate more, but it's first come, first serve right now. Boom, boom, boom. Hello, Brandon, the CH. How's it going? Thanks for your live 2D cubism tutorials to help me rig my first model. You're welcome. I got you. Absolutely. How's your 2D model going so far? How do you feel like it's been? Boom, boom, boom. You're from the Syafire star, so you're an alien from another planet, or have you scammed me? I might be. You know, I slightly am. Sometimes you run out of nail polish and I have to use asparagus. Ew, that's so gross. That's so gross. No, Autumn. Imagine actually painting your nails with like asparagus, like, you know, like the top of it, like the little tree thing. That'd be great. Hi, Lucky Mice. Welcome in. How are you? Hello, hello. How's it going? I'm gonna put my hood up. I'm in a I need my hood up kind of a mood today. You guys ever get in those moods where you're like, bro, I just need my hood up. Here we go. Squad. Squad. Yo, Axel, thank you so much for the 1 super chat. I appreciate you. Axel, do you want me to choose a thumbnail? Or do you want me to... Baka? Do you want me to choose a thumbnail, or do you want to choose one that you feel like needs like looked at? It's totally up to you. Let me put you on the list too. Although, Axel, I feel like you're already pretty strong at making thumbnails, but I might be able to poke at some stuff that I feel like could be better. Yo, who pasted that image in there? I saw that. I saw that, yo. I don't know how you got it in there. Wait, comments? Oh, you're trying to add your... Hold on, let me see. Suggestion rejected. It's because I don't have it editable right now because I didn't want to put people... You can just DM it to me on Discord. I saw it post for like 2 seconds. That was way too funny. Oh my god. That's hilarious. That was me. When you posted it, it posted for like 2 seconds. It like went in and then it went out really quick. It was so funny. Sinan is immune to, and that's out of the game. Go. Oh, Gun Gale Online. Hello? Hello? Dude, I'm small brain right now. Gun Gale Online. Okay. She has black hair in a school uniform. So it doesn't count. My girl has awesome character design. She does. Hotaru is a girl who's obsessed with candy, and she tries to convince the son of owner of a sweet shop to take over his business by showing how awesome candy is. That's kind of cute. And so is it a slice of life? All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Thumbnail reviews. Okay. Oh yeah, Bubble. You watched Bubble? How did you like it? Doing good. Slowly learned how to private test stream on YouTube. Oh, awesome. Building for the shenanigans. You got this. If you have any questions or need any like help or tips, please feel free to ask. I have like little white fuzzes on my sweatshirt right now. This is what I get for letting it air dry, straight up. You got like that extra fluff. Get out. Get out. It's all the like... Dude, guys, I'm not even joking. Like I was washing this this rug because I spilled, when I was dyeing my hair, I spilled like a giant glob of like aqua hair dye on it. And when I washed the rug and put it in the dryer, the rug got completely destroyed. And like all the pieces got like stuck in like the lint thing. It was a disaster. I opened the dryer and I was like, oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, we're gonna start with Axel's thumbnail here. Let's take a look. Hold up. Okay, Axel, I'm gonna open your YouTube channel in a second here as well. Boom, boom, boom. I have no money. Help you through thumbnail. We might take some free ones in a bit. In Avatar Me, I know you last time that you were here. I'm pretty sure last time you were here, you donated too. So yeah, I probably. It was a solid 6 out of 10. Very fun, pretty, but hella convoluted. Bubble was. Yeah, it's a slice of life comedy anime with some romance in there too. The candy shop owner's son also wants to be a manga artist too. Some drawing in there, yes. It's so cool, and they always have like drawing just involved in general, like in anime. Okay, let me open your YouTube channel too. I want to look at your thumbnails again just to get like an overall. Hold up. I gotta turn streamer mode off so I can actually open your channel. Okay, here we go. Bubble, I knew thumbs are bad. Yeah, you know what? Oh, okay, you said you know that like your new thumbs are bad. Okay, I will, if you still want me to say something on it, I can. I think I've talked about this before. It's not the end of the world, but it's still a problem for sure. Oh wait, hold on, I'm not showing the right screen. Give me a second. Small brain moments. Boop, there we go. Okay, I know I've said this before to people, but right here, like, you want to avoid putting text at the bottom across like that because the timestamp blocks it. In this case, it might not be the end of the world again, but try to avoid putting text underneath the timestamp, especially if it's important. Most of the time, people can usually read it anyways, but even the end of bubble is kind of like. Personally, I like the aesthetic of this thumbnail, but I don't like the split in between bubble. I think maybe you could even. I have an idea. Let me open Photoshop, but I have an idea of how we could go about it better. Farrell, we've talked about this thumbnail before, and it seems like the thumbnail strategy you use a lot is like just trying to get like a really nice picture of the anime, which I like because I think that's really eye-catching on like the homepage. I like the arrow here too. I think generally too, like some of your text could be a little bit bigger on stuff like right here, like what is Haku? I feel like that could maybe be a little bit bigger. Something else that's really important too is you don't need to repeat the same thing in your thumbnail as if it's in your title. Like the two should work together. So you don't need to say what is Haku in the thumbnail if it also says what is Haku in the title. So try to find something else so that they support each other, right? Here's another with the text going a little bit under. Here's another one too. Like that's really difficult because again, if you see that a lot of that's going to be like blocked off. Finally reunite. Hold on. Let me open YouTube chat. The wallpaper I have. Oh, thank you. I love that wallpaper too. Questions related to YouTube streaming soon. Always lucky. I'm always down to answer them. Bump, bump. Honestly, you might have to get away with just the picture and a bit of the border. Right. I really like Bubble. I thought it was pretty good music and animation. The music is gorgeous. Yeah. Yeah, overall though, I think I always like have thought that your thumbnails are pretty good. I think it's just like a little tweaks here and there that can help with them. But overall, they're really solid. So let me talk about like Bubble, maybe what I would do instead. So I'm gonna open Photoshop and let me just do new file. Do we have a thumbnail size in here that I can grab? Might have to create a new one. I'm surprised I don't have it in recent. All right, let me open. All right, thumbnail. YouTube size is 1280 by 720. 1280 by 720. All right. Yeah, I do like Bubble over to the left there. I think that looks better. I see what you're saying about how it feels off balance. I don't think it will feel off balance because you have to remember. Let me open this so everybody can see what we're talking about. So he moved it over here to try to help with the timestamp thing. I don't think it's going to feel off balance though, because you have to remember that the timestamp is going to be there that you can't see right now. You're still going to have a little box over here from the timestamp. So I think it'll be actually fine. So you could go with that. I do like that. And I like the extra like a glow around Bubble. That's really nice. Something else I was thinking of trying. Let me save this. I'm just gonna save the flat image that you sent to me. You're pumping me up to watch Bubble now. I gotta watch it. Okay. Hi Fiery, welcome in. A singular thumbnail, but it's not my YouTube channel. Oh yeah, sure. So Fiery, you can donate $1. You'd be second in queue. Let me link you to the Google Docs so you can see where you're at, or where we're at. You'll be second in queue, and for the thumbnail, you could just send me a DM on Discord and we'll review yours next. We're reviewing one of Axel's right now. Hello Smokers Gamer, how's your day going? Happy Saturday. Honestly, you might be able to get away with just the picture and a bit of the border. Yeah, you might not even need the text too, that's true. Although, I don't know, I feel like the text might be important for Bubble because I think the name of the anime is like really unique. And I think it is kind of important, but you could. Hi Terrence, how's it going? So what I was gonna recommend is you can do like a, I don't know though, because putting it on top of her chin is kind of like yikes. I was gonna say you could do like something like this. I don't know about, I don't like it covering her chin though, so I really do think what you were doing was the answer over here. I think putting it over there was good. Or you don't need the title. I think Autumn could be right about that too. Either like putting it over here like you did, or you don't need the title. Because I was gonna recommend you could put it on top of her face with like a lighter opacity box, but I don't like that because covering her chin just it's causing too much of like a tension between the text and her chin. Good morning, Geekish. How's it going? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Fiery, for the super chat. If you want to DM me your thumbnail, go for it. Yeah, so I think that would probably be the move. Yeah, because the space. I want to see, you know what else we could do too? Let me look. Let's see who else has reviewed Bubble. Let's see what their thumbnails look like. Yeah, look. You know what's hilarious is just seeing how like that was the solution they came to as well. Like they went over to the left side. That's funny. That's hilarious. But it looks like that's a thing that Netflix does in general.
It's not like you're
Super or anything, but baka. This dude. This guy, okay. We need to talk about this. Your thumbnail is way better. Like way better. Look at the outline on that bubble text. You can't even read it. Like, I don't know what that guy was thinking. This is like pretty trash too, really unreadable. Honest review. This is kind of cool. Yeah, I feel like yours is really solid. And it looks like official too. But yeah, I'd go with the left side text or no text at all probably. If you're gonna change it, but yeah. We've got that too, which is interesting. But then that's, yeah, then that's pretty like similar to the Netflix, probably like the whole Netflix like setup. Dude, some of these people's thumbnails, this is what I'm saying when I'm saying you're on track. This person has just her. It's so interesting to look at like everybody else's solutions with it. You have to watch Bubble purely because the girl has blue hair. You're right. Just like I need to watch, what is it? VV Fluoride's song or something like that. Welcome in, Brian. How are you doing? Hi, Polly. Hello. For anybody who's joining us now, if you guys are interested in a thumbnail review, you can donate $1 super chat or donate more if you want to hop the queue. We're doing Axel's right now, and then after that we have Fiery in queue, and then we have the third slot open right now. Hi, Frey. Welcome in. How are you? Hello, hello. A lot of people don't even bother changing the lighting, which is terrible. You should always change the lighting. I'll give you an example too. Yeah, I'm glad you did, because it's a huge difference. What you did, like having this compared to, let's zoom out here a bit. Yeah, I'm really glad you changed the lighting, and that's a really important part for us to touch on. Look at how much more contrast there is there, and just how much brighter it is. I agree with that. And then saturation too, and it depends on what you're doing like for your channel and what kind of like brand guidelines you're following. But like, for example, this picture of me for this YouTube live thumbnail starts out like super dark but I changed like the lighting and stuff, and like you should definitely be changing the lighting. Like here's what it starts as. Look at how much darker that is. And obviously I take the image, you can bump up the saturation. You guys, you could do this for your thumbnails in general too. I usually bump up the saturation and then also bump up the brightness, which I am assuming, Axel, that's what you did too. And it's way better. It's just way more vibrant and like way better. Way better. So yeah, I completely agree with you. The lighting is like super, very important. Added bubbles, which I thought was fun. Yeah, no, I liked it too. I like it a lot. Yeah, very clean thumbnail. Like I said, I feel like your thumbnails are strong in general. I think just in the future, watching that corner is really going to be important for you. And then let me see if there's anything else. Before we move on to Fiery, I'll take another look at your channel. Let's take a look. Yeah, so like your name right here too, I think it's too small to read. So the other thing to look out for too is your text being too small and unreadable on the thumbnail. You have to remember too, when people are on mobile, if a lot of your users are on mobile, which I think you can actually check like in the stats, that it's going to be hard for them to be able to read that. Yeah, so avoid the right corner, making your text more readable, and avoiding putting the same thing that's in the title in the thumbnail, unless it's like the name of the anime. I think it's fine in that case, like with Bubble, but everything else seems pretty good. Trying to see if there's anything else here that I'm really noticing. I think that you might be able to add some type of border around your arrows too when you use them for stuff like that, because the arrow gets a little bit lost. It's kind of like I have to search for the arrow, so then that means it's not really serving its purpose. So I would definitely add some type of border probably to the arrow to make it stand out, even like a white border like that Versus has around your arrows. Yeah, I think other than that though, things are really solid. Yeah, like that arrow's really good too. Yes! Slay! Out here creating some solid thumbnails. That's what I like to see. You out here? We out here? Alright. Bum bum bum. Boom. Boom. If you're an anime YouTuber, you need to have the thumbnail devoted to Synon in order to improve. This is a known fact. You know, maybe. It's like, I have a question that's right. If I upload, oh yeah, okay, so Polly, we'll move on to Fiery's thumbnail next. But let me look at what Polly's saying. I have a question. Is that all right if I only upload videos once a month, and I'll be probably streaming tomorrow after not seeing streaming for a while? So with YouTube, it's really important to be as consistent as possible. Not even really just for the algorithm, but like for yourself. Because it's about habit building. If you're struggling to build the habit to stream regularly or to post YouTube videos regularly, it's not going to be great, right? It's kind of like if you want to be a full-time YouTuber, think about how like if you're going to work and you're going full-time to work, you're going to show up to work whether you want to show up to work or not, right? It's the same concept with YouTube. I know there's lots of YouTubers that can have leniency with that, and you do have a very flexible schedule, but it's very important that you're showing up. I mean, and that doesn't mean don't take breaks if you have burnout too, but it's important to show up and always be working on posting your next video. Personally, I aim for 1 video a week. I think 1 video a week is really solid. I live, die, and breathe by 1 video a week, and I will always do my best, absolute best to make it happen. Unless other things have occurred that month where I just needed to take a break that Tuesday or whatever, but I live, breathe, and die by 1 video a week. Always. Very, very important. You have people like Axel out here, I think that makes sometimes like 3 videos a week, which is crazy. Or maybe not. Maybe you're falling off a little. No, I'm just kidding. No, but he's done that before. So depending on like your niche too, because there might be like news that comes out, like Axel reviews lots of anime, and if there's like something exciting that came out that he wants to hit before other people do, he might hit a few more videos that week. But it's okay, but aim to do as much as you can. I think 1 video a week is a really solid place to start. Hi Link, how's it going? I'm good, how are you? Hello, hello. We're doing thumbnail review, so if anybody's interested in getting their thumbnail reviewed, you can donate $1 through Super Chat and then send me your thumbnail through Discord, and then we'll take a look at it. Yeah, Friday's the video day for you. Yeah, Inuyasha videos seem like Axel's niche, and I'm really enjoying those videos to learn more about the characters and lore of the show. Keep up the great work, Axel Beats. Yeah, and I know he's been working on breaking into other areas too, which is super duper cool, beyond Inuyasha, and that's awesome, and I'm really proud of him for doing that. I used to do like 8 a week. I settled down to 1 or 2 though since I picked up other editing work. Yeah, right? And I think that's what it is a lot, is it comes with this constant ebb and flow and this balance where like you do 1 video a week, at least at minimum, as much as you can. Do a few more if you want to, or you feel like that's a good strategy for your channel at the time. And if you get other work or you get opportunities, again, it's okay to take a little bit of a step back. Yeah, I see my favorite Inuyasha character, 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐿, said to say no more Inuyasha stuff. Yeah, and that's okay, because it's important for YouTubers and creators to be able to move on and do other things that they want to do as well. And I think we need to be very supportive in creators doing that. Hi Cardogoth, welcome in. Rigging videos are super helpful. You're welcome. Are you working on a 2D or 3D VTuber? Also, if you're interested in sharing your work with us, you can join the Discord and drop your character or your work in the #SciStream. All right, let's take a look, Fiery, at your thumbnail. Here's the thumbnail I was working on for my Patreon page. Benefits sounds good. Let's take a look. For Patreon page benefits. So is this not for YouTube? This is for like a Patreon thumbnail? I mean, I could still give you like general thumbnail feedback and advice. But just to be clear, Fiery. Okay, so where does Patreon thumbnails usually show up? I'm wondering how small. Where do they usually show up? Let's see. You mean like right here? Or are you talking about like the top of your post? I'm one of the highest order. How did I only just realize Axel's name is a reference to Angel Beats? I love Angel Beats. Yes, it is. There's a video that I'm working on and it's been taking me a really long time because I'm trying to do something new and no one's done it before. Should I continue or redo it, make it more simplistic? No, yeah, that doesn't mean like, okay, Polly, that doesn't mean, yeah, sounds good, Fiery, awesome. That doesn't mean that you should stop that video. What I think is a good strategy, if you're trying something new and you're experimenting with a new type of content, have content that you know you can put out quickly or more quick, and then be working on that longer form piece of content on the back end. That's what I like to do. So I have a list actually of all my YouTube video ideas, and I have a list that's split into long queue videos and short queue videos. So I have my short queue that is usually my weekly videos. And then I usually am always working on at least one long queue video that's in the back end that will be able to be released at some point that I know is going to take me like a few more weeks to make or like an extra month or 2 to make. So have a sort of system built around that where it's like, okay, I have this content that I know can be pushed out and I can finish quickly, but I'm also experimenting and not letting myself get stuck doing the same thing. So hopefully that helps. Okay, so let me give you some feedback here. Number 1 for your thumbnail. I think that I don't know, I'd be curious to see how big it is on your page, because do you have a screenshot on your page of what it looks like actually on your Patreon, Fiery, that I could look at? Because the first thing I was going to take a look at and comment on is that this text might be a little bit too small, and I'm not sure if it's going to be readable, which would be a problem. So that's the first thing I want to look at, but I'm not sure what the size is looking like on your Patreon. A 2D chibi VTuber currently, it's turning out pretty dang good. I feel like I'm happy with it so far. Yes! Oh, that's awesome! Cardo, if you want to send that in the Discord, I would love to see. Oh, thank you, Frey. I appreciate you. Yes, if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button. Appreciate you, Frey. Otherwise, I think this is the yellow on top of the dark colors is nice for the contrast. I think that was really, really smart. I don't think your logo needs to be that big. I think it's taking up a little bit too much space because you want to have a sense of hierarchy. And what I mean by that is you want to have something called like the 1, 2, 3 read. And right now we're like looking at your logo and then here and then here, but I think behind the studio is more important than your logo. So I think like making your logo like smaller like this probably. And then behind the studio will be the first thing they look at. And then you want the second thing to be here and then they can look at your logo. I think that's how I would want it to read, is go like that. And obviously you can see the character in here as well, but I feel like the logo's a bit too big as well. The blacks and shadows kind of bleed into each other in the thumbs too, which makes the character hard to see. Yeah, right here, I completely agree with that. And maybe you'd reverse that then. Maybe you'd reverse the gray, the lighter gray coming over here and moving across the screen this way, because yeah, I completely agree with that. I think this black is getting lost in the black. That was a really good point, Axel. The armor is giving me Reinhardt vibes. It does have very much so Reinhardt vibes. Take a deep dive into the behind the scenes of how Fiery Studios makes their games, animations, and renders. Cool. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I think that would be helpful. Let me see. I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, I think other than that, it's pretty solid. You have a nice like hierarchy and layout here. I also think there's a little bit too much tension between the arm right here and this text. I think you can give that a little bit more space to breathe, so you can probably bring this down a little bit more. Just give it a little bit more space to breathe. We don't need to be creating that much tension there. So I think for you, it's gonna be one smaller logo. / hierarchy. I totally butcher spelling hierarchy every time. That's definitely not how you spell it. Okay, then space between text. So we can do like smaller logo, put this one here. Two there. And then three, hard to read. Right here. And then I don't remember if there's anything else. I think that was pretty much it. I'll upload that and send that to you so you can keep that. Okay. If you can't read that, let me know, but hopefully that helps. The content I'm currently making is Pope scary Reddit stories with the art time lapse. I don't know why I'm like struggling to read today. I don't know what's going on with my brain. I'm like reading stuff and I'm like, take a deep dive into I don't know what's going on. All right. The content I'm currently making is Pope scary Reddit stories with art time lapse that's related to the stories, and it's taking me a long time because I need to do recordings for the time. Yeah, so find a way that you could do a short version of content that's going to take less time and then have the long queue videos, Polly. I feel like that'd be pretty helpful for you if you want to get more content out. Because ultimately, one video a week is what you need to be aiming for. Again, especially if you're interested in becoming a full-time YouTuber. If you can't get out one video a week, you gotta look at it for sure. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're welcome, Fire. I'm happy to help. Anytime you need it. Okay, cool. So we've got our queue open. So if anybody wants a thumbnail review, you can donate $1 super chat. Let me put 2 in here. Fiery. And I'm gonna just highlight both of y'all green because we're good. I'm gonna unhighlight that. None. Boom, boom. There we go. There's that if anybody wants to look at it. Right now we have open queue, so anybody, if you donate $1 super chat, I'll be able to review your thumbnail. Have you set up the live redirect system yet? No, I haven't. Are you talking about like rating? YouTube raids, Ray? Also welcome in, Ray. How are you doing? So we're allowed to send our work in the Discord as well. Yeah, Polly, absolutely. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, you're absolutely allowed to. You can go for it in the hashtag live stream. But yeah, we can talk about too, just in general, thumbnail tips that I have, because I think that would be really helpful. Where do we want to write it? We can open Photoshop. You should add me if you'll be streaming later. I want to try rating you. Aw, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I gotta set it up. I'm not gonna be streaming on YouTube later, but I'm gonna be streaming on... 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸 invited me to stream on Steam and stream on Twitch. I was a teenage exocolonist, which is a game for Ludo Naricon. And they're bringing me on for that. So we're going to be doing that at 1. We're doing thumbnail reviews right now, and then I'll be switching over to Twitch and Steam. But yeah, I'll be on YouTube here for like 2 hours. But yeah, I need to set it up still. I did hear about that. People were telling me about the YouTube raid system, which is super cool. I'm so glad that we have that now. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. All right, let's see. We've got... I'm gonna grab just like some type of background. I don't know. I'm gonna like try to present this nicely. OneDrive, this PC. We got backgrounds. We'll do this one for now. Okay, so all right, so making good thumbnails. We're gonna talk about what makes a good thumbnail and why it's important. Why does it matter? Why should we be aiming to create good thumbnails? I'm gonna make this like, try to make this at least somewhat aesthetic. Let me open this. Hi Wither, welcome in, how are you? Yeah, I already hit him because he was just causing issues. Oops, sorry. That's my PC. All right, let's drop that in there. Why is that not pasting? I don't know why that's not pasting. What the heck? Okay, that's fine. I'll just drop this directly in here. I don't know if I want, like... Nope, we're not doing that. Okay, this white is kind of hard to read. I think what we'll do is we will copy this. Paste layer, there we go. And then let's just make this a different color. Okay, we'll start with this. Making good thumbnails. Hello, RC Tro Lily. How's your day going? Welcome in. Hello, Frame Freak. Good to see you. Any tips on making thumbnails for gaming streams? For gaming streams, I mean, thumbnail advice pretty much spreads across the board no matter what kind of thumbnails you're making. I mean, there might be like some slight differences, but we're going to talk about general tips that are going to be good for any channel here in a second. Okay. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Dude, what's with the negative energy today, yo? What's going on? Yo, creative yours truly, welcome, and I love your name. How's it going? How you said my user, it's actually pronounced... Oh, Retro Lily? Wait, is that an E? It looks like a C on my screen. Is that an E? Wait. I don't know why, but retro, it looks like a C. Sent my work in progress in the Discord. Sounds good, Polly. All right, let's take a look before we talk about what makes a good thumbnail. Dude, I don't know what's going on today. A very simple thumbnail for my studio channel, but posting your character in VRoid is literally a godsend. Yeah, you know what else? In VRoid, it's nice. Also, V-Up is really great too. But I'm glad that VRoid has the posing system now. That's so cute. It's so cute. Autumn, I love your character so much. Adorable. So cute. Your current whip for your Tengu Draconic Lich model. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Very cool. Yeah. Awesome. So like I said, if anybody is interested in getting your thumbnail reviewed, we have an open queue right now. So if you donate 1 super chat, we'll take a look at it. Other than that though, we're going to just go over some basic guidelines and things that I have regarding thumbnail tips. Number 1 for making good thumbnails is going to be choosing readable text. What do I mean by choosing readable text? Dude, there's so many times where I've seen things that are just completely unreadable. And if you can't read the text, it's not serving its purpose. So readable text is super duper important. And we're going to take a look at some examples of what would help with that. Frame, thank you so much for the 1 super chat. Frame, if you want to DM me, you can DM me a thumbnail you'd like me to particularly look at, and we can just do as overall sort of view on your channel as well. And what we can revisit are making good thumbnails. So we'll get back to talking about readable text, what readable text means. And got you, Frame. Let me add you to the list. Boom, boom. No worries. Oh my gosh, sleep well, Retro Lily. I hope you have a good one. You've been working on it for about 2 weeks. Have you been drawing it, Polly? How did you make it? Sounds good, Wither. Excited to see. Yeah, VRoid poses is fun. What software is this? Creative? You're talking about the one I'm using right now? This is Photoshop. Question: if your upload speed is e.g. 40 megabytes per second, is the bitrate between 3,000 and 6,000 for gaming stream moderately good in YouTube? It sounds fine. I'm not really the best person to ask for like bitrate. If I were you, I'd probably Google that and see who else has answers to that, because I don't really know too much about bitrate and like that end of streaming. I usually just look up videos and stuff for that. But I feel like 40 megabytes per second, you can probably, what you said is probably good. But again, don't just take my word for it. But Baka. Yeah, so we're just waiting for the thumbnail from Frame. Looking nice. But Baka. This looks really nice. So you got the free model and you've just been messing with like the textures and such? Wither? This is cool. This is so fun too. It's really good practice. That's really nice. Looking super great. Yeah, I don't know why my YouTube alerts are so late. My alerts have just been weird in general lately. I don't know what's been going on with them. I just don't. Yes, all the hood. So cool. And the stripes and like the galaxy vibes. So nice. Very cool with her. Very cool. All right, we got it. Yeah, okay, this is a good example of what I was talking about to Fiery, because you have your logo up there, Frame Freak Studio, but it's a good size. It's not too big, because it's not as important as like saying the person's name that's going to be on this interview. Is this improvement from when we last talked? Is this improvement from when we last talked, Frame? Because we did talk a little bit about your thumbnails when we did reviews before. Hi, Ruby! How's it going? Welcome in. Hello, hello. How's it going? Do the exploding hearts. I've just been sketching and inking it. I've been working on shading layer. I'm going to be adding more details to the inking layer, and also I need to add color as well. That's really cool. It looks fantastic, Polly. I didn't know that you draw, Polly. That's the first time I've seen your work. Those thumbnails are for the clips. Yeah, this looks really good. I'm really happy with how it is. There's some things I would change for sure. So right here, hopefully you can see my pen. Let me know if you can see it. The edge of the E hitting this edge right here, I think that needs to be fixed. There's a lot of tension going on right there. And it's hard to read the R on his shirt because of the saturation. So maybe make his shirt darker. You could do some sort of selection and like try to make his shirt a little bit darker. Or make it smaller. or pull him over a bit, because I think there's a lot of tension right here that I don't like, that's causing issues with the readability. Number 2, I like how you have this in black and white and you have like the colors sort of linking with him. I think that's really nice, and I do like the font too. It is very readable. This is the biggest area that needs help right here. Other than that, I think is Theory, I don't know like artists, like some artists too well. Is Theory, I'm assuming he does some type of art or animation. I can see it, yeah. For the main interviews, got you. It's going good. YouTube liked my art and made it their profile picture. What? Do you have any advice for mixing both painterly and cell shaded for the illustration? Painterly and cell shaded, I think they're two different things. Is there a specific style you're going for, Polly? Like, do you have an example that you can send me for what kind of art or what kind of style you're going for? Oh, YouTube, right? I was like, YouTube. No, that's awesome, Ruby. That's great to hear. I love that. That always feels really good when you work on fan art for someone and then they make it their picture. It does feel really great. That's really cool. And Ruby, if you're not in our Discord, if you want to share any of your work with us, feel free to join it and you can drop it in the hashtag #SiaStream. It's the co-founder of a video game company. Okay. So I think that maybe you might want to add a logo in here too, or have some sort of subtext that says adds to his credibility. Because if I don't know him and I'm meeting him for the first time, what else can you add to his credibility? Like, can you add a line down here and make sure it's still readable too? That says something like, his like studio, and then what he does. He does. And I think that will add more credibility to it. So a studio and what he does, and adding that like maybe in some smaller text down here, but also make sure it's still readable. So that's something you might need to experiment with. But I think that would help as well. Because right now I'm looking at it, and if I'm coming into your channel for the first time and I don't know who he is, why should it matter to me who 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐫𝐭 is, if I'm saying his name right? Right? So we need to give them another reason. We need to give your audience another reason to want to watch this video. And that might be by giving them keywords like either the studio name or what their profession is, animation, illustration. Because if I don't know who 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐫𝐭 is, I might be an animator though that's interested, and I see this art and I'm like, oh, I want to be able to animate art like that, right? Or I want to be able to make games with art like that. So you need to give them something else. Usually put that info on the titles. Okay, that makes sense then. That works, yeah. So I think that's good then. Again, maybe adding a logo then, but I think this is really solid. Just that tension there, watch for stuff like that. And then the contrast, again, like I said, this R is way, way, way too close to the shirt color. And I can give you a very clear example of this. Let me pull this in Photoshop. Okay, so if we change this to black and white, I wonder, hold on. These values are still pretty different. I wonder why that purple is clashing with that gray so much. That's actually really interesting to me. They look like they're clashing a lot more, but I expected the colors to be way closer in value when I turn this to black and white. That's interesting. Okay, well, something you might be able to consider doing is like, I don't know, making his shirt darker. I don't know if there's like a simple way to do that. Like that. You might need to have like a more clean selection. You see what I'm saying? You can make his shirt like a little bit darker. Whoops. You know what I needed to do when I did that? We're just gonna... Whoops. I think that'd be better. And again, you're still probably gonna like... you're probably gonna have to fix this. So you're gonna need to make this text bigger. So it's not like clashing over there. With this line. So hopefully that makes sense. Finally got ready for the day. Now making breakfast. Ooh, what are you making for breakfast? How's stream so far? It's going pretty good. We've had some really nice thumbnail reviews. So yeah, I think that's my feedback thus far. Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to help. The other thing I'm looking at too is I wonder... I don't think it's a big deal though, because Studio is a little too light. It's kind of hard to read. I don't know if you guys could put like a light opacity box behind there. Whoops, to help with it. Oh, it's on the wrong thing. But I feel like you probably don't want to mess with your logo. I think it probably doesn't really matter that much, but yeah. Overall, really nice though. Very clean. Well, now that I know I'm an artist as well, Saf, I'll be posting more art. Yeah, please do. I would love to see. Yeah, Polygon, if you have like example... Oh, that direction I want to go for my PNG model. Let me see. Hold up. Awesome. So once again, we have an open queue. If anybody donates one super chat, if you'd like a look at your thumbnail, you can go for it. Yeah, this is a good example too. Actually, I really like this one too, because I like how you have hold on. I really like how you have the bright colors of her cutting into this black and white. I think that's actually something you should probably aim for with these thumbnails in general if you can. If you can have like that, if you can have them separated like you didn't have with him, but you have her separated, I think that could be like really powerful. I really like that. But I think the problem with this one then too is that these oranges are a little close. And again in value. But this looks really good. Your logo's nice. And then yeah, just like the values here. But I really like how it cuts into that. I think that breakup is really nice. You keep rotating the colors. Yeah. And I think that's a good idea. And matching like the text with like her hair too is a really good idea as well. And you could have done that with her sweatshirt too probably, but I think the hair was a good idea. Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm making chicken flavored noodles for my boyfriend's breakfast and reheating Panda Express for me. Hold on. Stretch. Okay. I had Panda Express last night and we went to food coma, so I gotta finish the rest today. Yo, Panda Express is definitely something that could put you in the food coma vibes. Yeah. That's right. That's absolutely right. Yeah, let's take a look at this one too. Oh man, what did you get from Panda Express? Yeah, I like again how I think that was a good idea. If you can keep this up with them cutting over their art and having them separated, I think that's awesome. Yeah, this looks good. Again, there's just some tension stuff here. They're called tangents. So little lesson here, this is called a tangent. You don't want anything to be hitting the edge of another edge. Like that's not what you want. So you either very clearly need to make this a little bit smaller so that the R is like ending a little bit above the dog's arm, like here, and not have this much tension going on right here, or it needs to be very clearly cutting across that edge and have the R here. Does that make sense? That's called a tangent. So definitely, I think that needs to be fixed because again, it just creates unnecessary tension. And the reason why that's an issue for the viewer is because when they're looking at this, they'll get stuck on it. They'll get stuck on it. Like your eyes will start wandering through the thumbnail and then you'll get stuck right here and it will bother you. That's why it's important to not have stuff like that. And also I think your logo here is blending in a little bit too much of the background. But other than that, these are like really good thumbnails. I'm just being super picky. That's like some super minuscule stuff that I'm poking at. Yeah, and again, the connecting with the color that they're wearing too is really strong as well. Hi, Sunflower Bun, welcome in. How are you? Hello, hello. Chow mein fried. Oh, I love orange chicken. Yes, so good. And beef broccoli. That sounds amazing. Hi, TK. Welcome in. How are you? Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm glad for him. Really nice thumbnails though. How you doing though, TK? I hope you're well. Especially with the lettering and the age of the internet. Not everyone is fluent in English. Tangents can make it hard to recognize letters. That's a really great point, Frey. I didn't even think about it like that either. Oh. Thanks for the...
Not like you're super
Thank you for the 40, the 40/52 cents/40. I'm not sure what currency that is. I'm glad that I could help you out. I'm really glad that my tips have been helpful for you. Anu, I don't know if you make YouTube content, but if you do, if you have a thumbnail you'd like me to look at, we are doing thumbnail reviews right now. And I'd be happy to be able to look at one of your thumbnails if you'd like any feedback. I'm good. Sugar in her non-secret YouTube. It's Sugar in her non-secret YouTube? Wait, what, son? Oh, Sugar, wait. I think I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember her full name. Wait, are you the other Sugar? Oh yes, those can really bother people. I know they bother me personally. Yeah, you know what? With League of Legends, like splash art, it's an issue they talk about a lot too with tangents. Hi Syafire / John, how's it going? Welcome in. How are you doing today? Thank you. Sugar Rice. I knew it. Okay. Sugar Rice from Twitch. Sugar, thank you so much for supporting me on both YouTube and Twitch. I really appreciate you. Hi Link, how's it going? I'm good. What about you? I'm good. I'm really tired. You know what? I have not been sleeping well at all lately. Just because I have a lot going on right now. And I think my brain is just like trying to constantly be prepared. So my brain's like, no rest for you. You're, now since you're more focused on coding, you're more towards helping content creators. That's really nice. That's awesome. What kinds of stuff do you like to code? Yeah, League splash art is really nice. This was the previous format, but the time of the video is getting in front of their names. Also old logo. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think you could mix it up. I think you can have both depending on what you need for that particular thumbnail. I also feel like, I don't know if it would break it, but I feel like having some sort of outline would like help on them. I really like outlines though for like YouTube. I think if you had some sort of like outline around him, it can pop him up a bit too. And I don't know about the text though, because the text already looks clean, but that's something to maybe consider. I'm recording my animations from scratch to YouTube. Oh, let's go. That's epic. Ah, so fun. I watch Ethan Becker. He's a great artist and he gives a lot of great advice and tips for new artists. That's amazing. I actually don't think I've ever heard of Ethan Becker. I'd probably have to see him to know. When YouTube changed formats, the box indicating the length of the video was covering their names. Oh. Yeah, yep. Right here in the bottom right hand corner. Yes, I know what you're talking about because we were just talking about this earlier, how that's a huge issue for a lot of people. They put their text down here. We just talked about that earlier. Yeah, I hear ya. No, I understand. I heard that games difficult rivals that of the Soulborn series. Oh, really? Move towards helping someone with their privacy on the internet. Kali Linux doing web dev to get my concepts clear. That's cool. How do you like web dev? I did a little bit of web dev when I was doing graphic design stuff. I did have to take a web dev class. Very cool though. Okay, so making good thumbnails, what we were just talking about, making readable text. A great example of text that is readable is all of the examples we were just looking at for Frame Freaks thumbnails. Very clear, very big, very bold, very readable. That's what we're aiming for, okay? Now, here's an example again of, not that this isn't readable text, but there is an area of it that becomes unreadable, which was right here again, which we talked about. So, important to notice that. So let's take a look at maybe some other YouTube channels that have text that's like not very readable. I'm wondering, let me just look up anime review. Let me see if we can find any examples here. Okay, literally, this thumbnail. Okay, here's an example of unreadable text. Can you read like the text on this thumbnail, it's literally pointless. It is literally pointless. There is no reason that that text even needs to be there. You can't read it at all. It's behind. Everything's covering the text. Why even put it there, right? So that's a huge problem. There's an example of unreadable text, not even because of the font. That's just because it's covered. Here's another example of the timestamp covering the bottom of what it says. That's a problem. Yeah, you know what? It's 𝐒𝐲𝐸, right? So he's probably could just get away with it. It doesn't even matter. Like you've seen people like, I'm trying to think of his name. I don't remember his name. He has really long hair. He's like super well known. Not that that helps, but his channel literally looks so gross, and I think they do that on purpose. Once they get to like millions of people and everybody knows who they are, it literally doesn't matter, because if they see his face, they're gonna click on it. So he has an exception there, but there's still no excuse for bad thumbnail design. It's still bad thumbnail design. But since people see him and they already know him, then they're gonna click on it. There's always those thumbnails.
Super or anything,
But 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐭, thank you so much for the 39 cents. I appreciate you. Moist Critical, yes. Like his channel is literally like, what is his name? Penguins, yeah. It's so gross. Look at his banner. Like this breaks like literally everything. Oh, I didn't realize he cut his hair. Oh, that was 3 years ago. Never mind. Okay, so this is like, I would tell you to change your banner instantly if you're like a newer content creator. But look at his thumbnails. They're literally terrible. He has like the worst thumbnails in the world. But it doesn't really matter because it's Moist Critical, right? So, but he earns that right. I'm sure it didn't always start this way for him. I'm sure he didn't have his thumbnails always looking like this. How long has he been creating content for? I wonder how far back this goes. Yeah, Penguin Zero. That's what, yep. 𝐒𝐲𝐸 is awesome. He gets a pass. No, I can't give him a pass for his thumbnail. I will tell him to his face that his thumbnails are bad. Cracks me up how bad it is, but he's awesome. And so, right. No, exactly. And I think that's what he does. They kind of do that on purpose because they know that like it's funny. And it's definitely a strategy in and of itself, right? I think it's literally a meme in and of itself. Dude, how long has he been? Hold on, let me go oldest. Dude, he's been creating like a lot of content for a really long time. His thumbnails have always been bad. He's been creating content for 14 years. That's mind-blowing to me. I don't want to hear anybody ever complain about not becoming a big YouTuber or not being able to grow on YouTube. Just take a look at this man. He's been creating content for 14 years. 14 years. That's crazy. But yeah, his thumbnails have always been bad. But that's also another thing because 14 years ago, thumbnail, that whole thing really wasn't as important to the meta. I mean, it's still important, but it wasn't as important to the meta as thumbnails are now. Because everybody's competing for attention amongst a lot of noise. But remember, 14 years ago on YouTube, there wasn't as many creators. There wasn't as much going on. So again, getting the click-through rate, I think wasn't as hard in general. I don't know enough about Moist Critical to understand like exactly how he started and all that, but I bet you I could break it down to a T. And websites, many studios create very simple websites with a reel and portfolio, but they get away with it because they already got reputation, but small creators would suffer if they didn't. I completely agree. There's a lot of times too, where there's like there's artists and stuff that I see are people who are like in positions of like high power in a company, and I go to their portfolio or like their website and it's so badly designed and it just hurts my soul. And it's like, it doesn't even matter though, because they already built a reputation. But it's weird to me because I don't get that. Like you would think that the base design principles would be well, or like look good. But he's been creating content for 14 years, and back then on YouTube is different. So he's the exception to the rule, right? And there's always exceptions to the rule. That's the thing. There's always exceptions to the rule. Always. So let's look. I'm trying to find another example of like not readable text. 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸, that's a little tiny. This is a really bad thumbnail. This is a really bad thumbnail. It's not clickable at all. You can't even read half the things that are on that poster. This one, man, that hurts me. Okay, this did really well. Well, yeah, therapist reacts to a silent voice. I could see why that would do well. But the problem here is depression and connection. You can barely read that. It's blending in with the background. So here's another thing for readable text that is not readable. It is very difficult to read. It doesn't mean the thumbnail, it doesn't mean that it did bad, but it would, I think that the thumbnail and the click-through rate would even be better than 2.4 million views if the thumbnail was executed better. Hi, Mac, how's it going? If you go to the About page of Penguins, you'll see the date he created his YouTube. Oh, really? I'll look at it in a second. One of your favorite creators with good thumbnails, even decent one early, is 𝐒𝐮𝐷, such high quality. Are they? I'll go and upload videos by Saya in chat. Oh, sounds good. Have a good one, son. Have fun with your videos. Yeah. But anime also kind of has like a little bit of an exception in some areas with their thumbnails too, which I've noticed. So I think it also depends on like the niche you're in. But thumbnails, like, and readable text is not the only thing. That's only one element we're looking at. There could be other really good things about the thumbnail, even if the text is kind of yikes, right? Here's another example. I don't know about putting it. Okay, this one maybe, because you can kind of understand that that says Cowboy Bebop, plus you can see the characters, but this is, no. This, look at that text, bro. I don't. Oh, it might actually be some, I don't know too, what, I don't even know like what characters those are. Okay, here's another example. The Great X-Men anime, this is really unreadable. That's super bright and it clashes with the background. No worries, Ruby, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with us. Go back to the Pokemon one. Which one? Yeah, this is good. Yeah, review, and it goes in really nicely. That is a really good example of one. I agree. The Pokemon one is nice. Completely agreed. This is probably too much text for a thumbnail. Okay, so that's the next thing we can talk about is readable text, number one. Number two is less text. You don't need that much text on your thumbnail. It shouldn't be too much because thumbnails should be readable at a quick glance. Like you want somebody to look at it and like understand it right away. If I have to sit here and be like, the perfect game adapted to anime, like that's a problem. Again, we don't need that. And here's another example, like Jazzy right here. She Danganronpa like anime review. This text is a little hard to read, and I just don't think she needs to repeat anime review in her thumbnail title. I just don't think she needs to. Hi, Mr. Magic. Welcome in. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Glass Reflection. I haven't watched one of the videos in a while. I used to love his content. Really? That's important to know because most people do criticize my site a lot for being long and having lots of info, but our buying clients do read the info and tell me it cleared all their doubts. Right? As long as you're getting the communication across. But if your studio is already successful and doing really well, then it's like, why would you repurpose your resources into an area like fixing the design of your site if things are already working really well for you? I get that. I totally get that, and I wouldn't judge you for that because we only have so much time and we only have so many resources. So yeah, I think that's fine. But then you know it's something you could at least revisit if you need to. Here's another example of like the text going into the timestamp, which is kind of a problem. Okay, anyways, we talked about that. Less text is good, so the more like poppy you can be and just like say something quickly. Like this is a good example of that, like why Yasuke sucks. Like very simple. Why? Sasuke sucks. Wait, is it Sasuke? No, Yasuke. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, so this is too long. High Guardian Spice anime review. Plus they have it saying that in their title and on the thumbnail. Not needed. Definitely not needed. Death Note is worth the hype to answer that YouTube video. Yes. So I think remember seeing somewhere in the expressions people make their thumbnail actually do help get it recommended, which is crazy. The expressions people make. Oh yeah. So that's huge. Expressions are really helpful because the human eye automatically gravitates towards a human face and wants to be connected to it, right? So yeah, 100%. And there's a lot of people like that will put their body too far back in the thumbnail. And that's also a problem. So you should, This is an example of this being executed very poorly. So for example, we need to add that to our list as well. Where's Photoshop? Less text. Number 3, if you're gonna show your face, it needs to be close. Shoulders and up. Yeah, that's another really good one that we're bringing up here, Autumn. This is an example of a really bad version of that. Okay, I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this. This guy, like, he has 10.9K subscribers, but like, people are gonna have a hard time clicking on his thumbnails when it's like that. He's literally messed up so, like, this guy would literally, I'm telling you, it looks like his channel's pretty good. He would be doing 10 times better if his face was bigger on the thumbnail and if he didn't have like this text going in and repeating the same thing that it says in the title. I'm telling you. He's gotta change that. But so let's take a look. He'd be doing so much better if he was closer into his face. So here's an example of that. And now let's take a look at somebody like Alpha Gaming, Harris Heller. Hi Vladimir, welcome in. How are you doing? The same will happen on the YouTube. It's best to apply rules that work to be expect to be the exception. So I think that's info as you're going for is really good. Thank you. And again, there is, yeah, because there is exceptions. There's a lot of exceptions, and because at the end of the day, I believe if you have good content, it's going to get recognized. Look, Harris is breaking it. Harris literally broke it. He broke a thumbnail rule. He should have been putting that at the top. But you see how close Harris's face is? Like, in comparison? Even that one's a little bit far away. But like, look at this. Okay. Look at the difference here, though. Dude, can we please just select the thumbnail that I just got in here? All right. See how much better this is and how much more you connect, though, because his face is so much closer. His face is literally so much closer. We just need him to put his face in the frame right here. Like if he had his shoulders right here and moved like the anime character over here, doing the thing, whatever, that would be so much better. That would be so much better. And he probably doesn't even need text. Because of the strategy he's using, he probably doesn't even need text. So he can literally just scratch off this and just have his face with the art. I literally think that would be perfect formula for him. If he made those changes, I feel like that would help his channel tremendously. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll check it out after stream. Because I don't know if I have to like download it right now, and I don't want to have to like set that up while being live, but yeah, same rules apply for VTuber face. Yep. Unless you're showing a full body for a specific reason, like if you're doing like a full body video, let me show you an example of that. Like Thrill Seeker, he can have that exception for the purpose of this video. Like for the purpose of these videos, cheap full body tracking. Okay, obviously this is a great idea what he did. You need to show the full body because you're literally talking about full body tracking. Same here for full body tracking. Here's another example. Look at how consistent his thumbnails are too. This bright pink, as soon as you see it, you know it's a thrill video. This one kind of makes sense too to be a little bit further out. You have the Omni VR directional treadmill there as well. So those are the exceptions again where like you can be a little bit further zoomed out if you were doing something like that. But yeah, for like VTubers, I always try to cut closer. You see how Saf's face is closer here? Same here, same here, same here. I always have my face pretty close. This one, my face is pretty close. So yeah, you don't want to make it too far away. Granted, I think some of my earlier thumbnails, I was far away because I didn't know that about thumbnails yet. Like this is worse. Like here, these are bad. These are worse thumbnails. I literally have the same thing repeating in the title on the thumbnail, which is not good. And look at how far Pren and my face are back. It's showing too much of our body, and you can see I fixed that later. And look at how much better these look. Okay? I made that change. So like girl DM and my face being closer, I connect so much more looking at this thumbnail compared to this thumbnail. And we'll do another like side by side there. So let's copy this. This thumbnail compared to Pren in my thumbnail. And again, I didn't know yet because this is still fresh in my journey. And just look at the difference there. You see how much of an improvement this is? You connect so much more. You see our VTuber faces are like, right? But then Pren and I is like too disconnected. We're too far back. So it's a web app. Oh, just paste the link of the video and I'll grab the thumbnail. Oh, that's so cool. What the heck? That's literally epic. I want to try. Thumbnail grabber. That's awesome. I want to try. Hold up. Yo, that's so cool. It just gives you like all of them. That is super epic. Thank you for sending me that. What a cool tool. Hi Jax Gaming, how's it going? Welcome in. Never heard of Thrill Seeker either. Apparently when it comes to YouTube, I live a very sheltered life. Hey, it's okay. Yeah, Pren's avatar is beautiful. I love Pren's character. Yeah, so there's a good example too, just with VTuber faces. So if you're gonna show your face, it needs to be close up. And that goes for your VTuber face, your real face, whatever. Use the thumbnail and title to support each other. Do not repeat. Do not make them copy cats of each other. Okay, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk more in depth about this here in a moment. You don't want to make them copycats of each other. And by the way, again, if anybody would like we have about a half an hour left of stream today, and then I'll be switching over to Twitch and Steam with the event that I talked about earlier, which I'm super excited for. But if anybody else wants a specific thumbnail review on their thumbnail, you can donate one super chat. We have a half an hour left, so if you're interested in that, now would be the time for us to dive in. Is it okay if yeah, absolutely, Jax. Please ask live 2D questions. I'm here to support you. Go for it. Absolutely. And I hope your day's going fantastic. Happy Saturday. Okay, so the thumbnail should support the title. This is a really great example right here of, and let me copy this. Whoops. Let's do... Okay, so this thumbnail is a really great example as well. Yeah, so we're gonna be, I got invited by 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸 to do 𝐒𝐿udo_NARRACON, which is I'll talk about it at the end before we switch over, but it's basically like a game dev narrative convention type thing, and I'm gonna be playing I Was a Teenage exocolonist on their Steam page and on Twitch, so we're gonna be multi-streaming at 1. I'm super duper excited for it. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I haven't uploaded a video on my YouTube in years. Trust me, I know my thumbnails are terrible. Hey, it's okay. You're learning tips now. So the reason why this thumbnail is good, what I mean by using the titles to support the thumbnail is, so the name of this YouTube video is How to Digital Paint Fishnet Leggings in Photoshop. And I'm not repeating paint fishnet leggings in Photoshop. Like, I'm not repeating that. I'm using the thumbnail saying, oh, you're gonna go from this like image, like if you find an image, this reference photo, to what it actually looks like. And that's super duper cool, like, because they support each other. It's not a carbon copy. And again, where an example of it being a carbon copy becomes an issue is down here when I was doing bringing your multiple characters into your content, playing multiple characters. It's saying the same thing. It's not helping. You don't need to repeat the same thing. The information's already here. You want to utilize the way you're marketing and advertising your video as much as possible. I think there's exceptions to the rule. Again, like with my Live 2D series, there's exceptions to the rule for this to be the way it is because it's a full series and it's not just a one-time thing. So here's another really great one. I'm not saying how to safely hire an artist to make a VTuber on the thumbnail. It says avoid scammers. How to safely hire an artist to make a VTuber. That's like, oh, I want to avoid scammers. Let's learn more. We look at the title, How to Safely Hire an Artist to Make a VTuber. That's really, really great. I hope yours is going good too. Thank you. I've been having this problem where I import my PSD model file into Live 2D and it just shows the loading PSD file pop up and closes the loading, but nothing happens. Jax, if you want to DM me your Photoshop file, I could try to pull it up in my Cubism to see what the issue is. But that's totally up to you if you're not comfortable with that. I totally get that. I think I'll spend the rest of the year repairing thumbnails and titles for all my videos practice, and because I've seen that how people are having success with old content doing that. Yeah, and there are people who do purposefully change their thumbnails later, because that is something you can do to switch it up, especially if you have a video that gets recommended on the homepage a lot and you feel like the thumbnail wasn't really catching eyes. You can change it so then it might refresh and bring people back to that video, right? So yeah, I feel like that's a good strategy, and I think, like you said, Frame, that'll be good practice for you. And that practice is always really important, so that's good. What else? The 1, 2, 3 read is next. So we have 1, 2, 3. The 1, 2, 3 read. You want to not make it too overwhelming. I've had problems with this with my thumbnails in the past where there's too much going on. You want to make an easy 1, 2, 3 read, meaning there's a sense of hierarchy. They go 1, you look at my face right here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We have my face, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 read. 1, 2, 3. You want them to go in order, and what I mean by hierarchy is you have the most important thing as the biggest thing, and you have the least important, the more like less important things smaller. And that would be a good example of 1, 2, 3. Here's another example of somewhat good 1, 2, 3. So another thing too is like, here's a bad example of where I have too much text on here and I'm again repeating the title, which is not helping. So stuff to look at for sure. And I changed that later too. I did VTuber voices feet the person, but then you can't even read that either. So you can find a lot of these problems in my thumbnails too, and it's stuff that I sometimes still don't get right even though I know it. There's also a rule in copyright that people need to know exactly what they're getting into it in 5 seconds or less. Oh yeah, especially for grabbing attention. And that's called the hook. We've talked about this a few times on stream. But when people are watching a video, you need to craft a hook. The hook is arguably the most important thing in a YouTube video. And that is, how are you getting people interested in watching your video? How are you getting them to stay and be interested and like think it's fun? Right? I'll show you an example of the hook. Let me pause. Or music. Hey, if you guys are getting value out of this live stream, make sure you hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. Help it get it out to more people so more people can find out information about how to make their thumbnails better. Okay, so here's the hook. This is the hook of this video. You know your girl's about to always be on brand. We got blue scissors for the Syafire star for sapphires. Blue vibes. So it's literally just a really silly snippet, right? And the hook could be for educational content. The hook could be, hey, do you need help with this thing? This is what it's going to look like in the end. Let's get to it. That could be like an educational hook, right? For this hook, it's a little bit different video because I'm doing an unboxing review and tutorial. So I try to make it fun and funny. And that's my hook, is how can I get you involved in like my personality and the way I'm going about opening this box or unboxing this tablet. So that's example of 2 different hooks. Let me show you an example of... Yep, this is another example of a hook.
Hey,
Watch.
Video, we are going to be learning how to bring logos into VRed Studio and put them on t-shirts, pants, dresses, anything you want. I'll be showing you.
I'm showing you directly within the first 10 seconds of the video what you're going to be learning in this video and what the end product looks like. Because most of the time when you're looking for a tutorial, you're like, okay, bro, I do not want to waste my time watching this 6-minute tutorial if it's not going to give me what I'm looking for. So you need to remind the viewer, the key point is, remind the viewer that they're in the right spot. They're in the right place. You have brought them to the correct destination to achieve what they set out to achieve when clicking on your video. Okay? Very important. So that's 2 different types of hooks. We have the more like entertaining, funny one, which is for my more personality-driven content, which is unboxing is more personality-driven. And then for tutorials is delivering the information right away. So that's 2 different types of hooks. And as I mentioned earlier, the hook is arguably one of the most important things in content creation, to be able to hook people in, bring them in, make them want to watch the video. Because why? Well, thumbnails is our first thing, thumbnails and titles. Once we get people into our video, if you say you hit all these keys, you're like, all right, Saf, I got it. We got readable text, we got less text, we got our face is looking good on the thumbnail. We got the thumbnail and the title supporting each other. We got the 1, 2, 3 read. All that's awesome. But then people get into your video and it's just not good because you don't have a good hook. So the hook is the next most important thing for you to be nailing down. And like I said, the most arguable part. And there's times where you can work quite some time, work on what your hook is going to be. Because if you can't bring them in and get them watching, then it doesn't matter. Because to YouTube's love languages, the things YouTube loves the most is watch time and click-through rate. Watch time and click-through rate. Are you making a good thumbnail to get people to click on your videos? And are you getting them to stay and watch your video? And when those two things are fed, your video is going to be, YouTube's going to go, oh, I like this video. This is good. And then they're going to start sending it out to more people on YouTube recommended, or if you watch another video, they recommend your video. That's what we're aiming for to grow as content creators. And you need to be hitting these key points. If you can't, your videos will not get seen and your channel will not grow. If you don't have good thumbnails and you don't have a good hook and good content once they get into the video. I'll sell your soul hook the thumbnail. That definitely grabbed my attention. Yeah, right? And that's like, that was playing off of the personality of Twitter. I think that was doing a really good job playing off the personality of Twitter. I was really proud of that thumbnail. I thought it was funny. Sell your soul. Sell your soul to Twitter. Like, yeah, that was a fun one. If it is overconfident, would it be personality Draven? I faced a Draven yesterday in a league game I played last night. He thought he was so confident and we actually started to roll him. Like he just thought that he was like so good and it was just, that's the YouTube algorithm. I mean, there's a lot that goes into the YouTube algorithm. I'm certainly not a like master by any means. I definitely know a lot and I definitely have a lot of information that I can give you, but I'm definitely not a master. And even the people who are really good are still always experimenting and learning and figuring it out. Because thumbnails, man, getting good clickable content, and even there's more than just getting good clickable content and good hooks. You also have to have like, okay, so you have your thumbnail, you have your hook, and then the topic matters. And if your topic is something that's just not popular or not really getting a lot of attention at the time, then that's an issue too. So everybody always has their different struggles with YouTube, whether it's your title, your thumbnails, your hook, your topic. There's so many points it could be. I can't sell my soul to Twitter. I already sold my soul to Sapphire Star. What about extremely chaotic editing for the intro? I'd have to see an example of what you mean by extremely chaotic editing. Oh, did I miss it, Autumn? Let me see. Maddie, look what someone posted in Syafire. Okay, let me go. And then we'll take a look at Saya stream too. Again, friends, we have about 20 minutes left to stream. If you're interested in getting your thumbnail reviewed, you can donate $1 super chat and we can pull it up on stream. Oh, this is so cute. My heart. My heart, it looks so good. You did so nice with like the iridescent coloring too. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Autumn, thank you so much. What medium did you use? It looks kind of like, I think it's colored pencil. Is that colored pencil? We have 20 minutes left. Proceeds the stream for 2 hours more. I can't actually today because I have a sponsorship thing that I have to do and go to. Hold on, my mom messaged me. I have to. Okay. Prismacolor, yeah, it looks really nice. Really beautiful. Autumn. Okay. Really, really nice though. Thank you so much, Autumn. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, so nice. That's cool. Oh, so adorable. Looking so good. Oh, I love those headphones. The rose and like the moon. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, let me see. Okay, so we'll bounce back to this. Let's check it out. I feel like that's a really, we talked about this already, but I can add this in here too, is no text in the bottom right because of the timestamp. And I already showed you several examples of that. So, is there anything else? I feel like those are a lot of the really big key points. I think too then what Axel was saying earlier, we can put a 7th point in here, which is lighting. Lighting and the saturation. Bump it up. I'll put 3. I'll even say like 4 words or less. Try to aim for 4 words or less. Use a thumbnail and title support each other. Let me see if I can make this like slightly darker. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to make this like a little bit nicer. And then we might be able to do this as like... Yeah, so this is really the key points that we needed to cover for making good thumbnails. So I really hope that Gems today you learned some things to be able to carry forward with you for making your thumbnails. And if you're here and you're an artist or some type of creator of any kind, this is important stuff to know anyways, because it's important if you're ever making any type of like poster or... Sorry. I'm gonna type that out. If you're making any poster, any type of advertisement, because these are all things that still apply. It's a lot of graphic design principles as well. Yeah, 𝐒𝐞𝐧𝐝 says, I have a question about the pictures of unboxed products. Should they go into the beginning or the end of the video? Oh, like, are you talking about like, should you show like what's inside the box at the beginning of the video? 𝐒𝐞𝐧𝐝, is that your question? I've been watching a new Netflix series, status of a reboot of retro movie called The Dark Crystal. Oh, yeah, I've heard a lot of people like The Dark Crystal. I haven't seen it, but I know a lot of people really like The Dark Crystal. Yep. Character look very similar to your VTuber model. It's a bird. Yeah. Bro, they copied your model. Sue them. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just playing. There is an animal skull. Yo, they knew. Oh, Dark Crystal is a scary puppet show. It looks freaky. It really does. Sounds good, Jax. Oh, through DM PSD files. You might need to upload it to Google Drive and then share the link with me because it might be a little bit too big of a file, Jax. What else? Arrows are really helpful too for thumbnails and just making like the viewer want to click. You have to remember, you want to make them look at the thumbnail and be like, I gotta click on that. That's the goal. And Minecraft is like a really good example. People in the Minecraft sphere are like gods at making thumbnails, I swear. I like Minecraft thumbnails are literal god. Like, literally, that's so good. Like, this thumbnail's hilarious. I love that. They always just do so good. Day 1, day 100, Minecraft lion. I survived 100 days as a lion in Minecraft. That's cool. There's just a lot. Like, I really like Minecraft thumbnails. There's a lot of people that do good with it. Yeah, so I feel like that really covers a lot of it. There's a lot of arrows and like split. It's just good. Yeah, that's the question. I don't know because I'm still really new to unboxing videos as well. I'm pretty new to it. I'd say do some research, 𝐒𝐞𝐧𝐝, and find some of the top unboxing channels and see how they do it. Like go on YouTube and search up like unboxing. We can even like, let's take a look. Let's see what she does.
My $500 wish mystery box just came in. And oh my gosh, this thing is huge. It's hard to even fit this in the frame, but I just bought a 500.
See, I feel like with unboxing videos, you wouldn't show in the beginning because I think a part of the alluring mystery is the fact that we don't know what's in the box, especially with a video like this specifically. Like she says she's unboxing 1000 wish mystery. Like we're like, oh, what's in the box? That's the whole concept of the video, is being excited to see what's in this like really big box.
Wish mystery box. So let's not waste time and let's open this bad boy.
She had her hook. See, she had her hook and then she put her bumpers. So this is another really good example too of do not put your bumper at the beginning of the video and waste people's time. Hook them and then you can. Are you a material girl? What? Are you a material girl? I don't know. What's a material girl?
Wish mystery box just came in. And oh my gosh,
yeah.
The thing Pro case that I guess costs $20, so that's a good sign. $20 value. This AirPod case is actually really cool.
She has her Switch too.
Looks to the real version, but this is really cool and you just never know. Noise canceling hand. The next thing we got.
So she has some nice like transitions too.
I don't want to break it. So it kind of has to work because so far things are not looking good for this mystery box. Yeah.
I think something else to look at too is not just like, cause she's obviously already a really popular creator. And I think popular creators also can get away with things sometimes. And I'm not saying that that's what she's doing here, but I am saying like, she's already well known, then okay. But definitely look into some of the underdog channels as well that are doing good with unboxing content, but also newer, like less subscribers. So I think when you're doing this research, which is what this is research, you want to be researching a mix of people who have already had success in the area, people who have failed in the area, as well as people who are on their way to success and in the middle of growing. And the reason you need to look at all those different areas is because we need to look at successful people to figure out what is working. We need to look at people who are not succeeding and ask ourselves critically, why are they not doing well? What's wrong with their content or what is holding them back? And then we look at people who are on the rise to growth and see what they have in common with the people who are successful versus the people who are not so successful, so that we can pinpoint where we're going to go to make our content work. So when you're researching, no matter what your channel niche is, you should be looking at those 3 categories: successful, failure, somebody who's growing. Okay. And there's things we can learn from all those people, regardless of their experience. My unboxing videos are gamer supplement or subs cups. I'm not sure what that is. By the way, I tweeted about how I enjoyed the Dark Crystal series, and I think one of the creators liked my tweet. Oh, that's awesome! It always feels so good when you have like a creator directly like your tweet. That's amazing. That's really great to hear. Research. Oh, research is huge. Research absolutely is key. Research is essential. And you know this too, Geekish. Think Media talks about it a lot. Could look into people who do like Pokemon openings and stuff. Yeah, we can do Are you looking at other people's thumbnails? I am twice. If you would like to donate $1 super chat, then I will take a look if you have a thumbnail or thumbnails you want to be looked at. We are ending stream in 10 minutes, 9 minutes actually, because I'll be switching gears shortly over to Twitch and Steam because we have an event we're doing today. So you guys, if you still want to hang out with me after this, it's going to be really fun. But yeah, this is your last chance if you're interested for thumbnails today. Let me take a look. Okay, we have like a bunch of Let me see if we can scroll down here and find some underdogs. These people are already big channels. Mill. This guy has 22K. Epic opening of Charizard. That's 5 years ago. Here's a good example. Nintendo Switch accessories unboxing. She's 8.3K. This is, yeah, so there's the preview. So here's an example. She shows it first. And I think it adds on to the aesthetic of what they're doing. She's showing it first. So I think that's pretty cool. Yay! Thank you so much, Twice. I appreciate you. Also, Mr. Leon, welcome in. I really appreciate the 2 Twice. Twice, if you have me, do you have me added on Discord? You can send it to me directly DM'd on Discord, or you can put it here in the Saya stream chat for us to look at. Yeah, so they have the preview to start, which is really nice. But then it makes me wonder, like, why we want to watch her open the whole box if we just saw it all. I mean, it's a preview, so we didn't see everything. She only gave us a sneak peek too, which I think was interesting. And this, oh my gosh, dude, this production quality is like top tier. This is like really aesthetic. Her production, like her camera quality, that's like some super high, like 4K, just amazingness. That's really nice. Yeah, they have some like super aesthetic, just so nice. I love channels like that. You can give me one thumbnail. I can actually, here, I'll just open your channel is what we'll do. And if there's a specific thumbnail like that you were curious about, you can let me know too. Okay. Why do I feel like I've seen your channel before? I feel like we talked or something. I don't know if I feel like I've seen your channel before. Maybe I came across it, at some point. Okay, so here's a first really good example. So 3 months later, Quest 3 months later, we were just talking about this. So this, let me revisit with you what we just went over. Making good thumbnails. Number one, we want the text to be readable. So this one right here, the text is not very readable. That white is blending in a little bit too much with like your Blossom background. I think you would have been better actually going with like black text that would match with the quest, with the little black bar here on the quest, and it would be more readable text. So that's number one, like something I would change, making sure your text is readable. The font is good, it's thick, easy to read, but the text color and making that readable would be super helpful. Number two is we don't want to be having the same thing in your thumbnail as your title. So we want it to be a mix of, we want your thumbnail to support your title and your title to support your thumbnail. We don't want it to be repeating the same thing because then we're not utilizing the full resources of what YouTube gives us, which is the two different options. You have two chances to get people to click on your video. It's either going to be the thumbnail or the title. Don't do the same thing for both of your two chances to bring them into your video, but you want them to work together and support each other. So it's like, okay, if the thumbnail didn't convince me, let me read the title to learn a little bit more about this to see if I'm interested in it. Okay, so your title is like your second chance to bring somebody in if the thumbnail didn't work, and vice versa if they read the title before they look at the thumbnail, because you could catch yourself doing both. Let's see next. Toxicity in VR chat. I like the expression here. I think that's good. VR chat being small like that is, I think, fine too. I like the white border around your character. I think that is a good route there. I think here's another example of the text is a little bit hard to read. That blue on top of the blue is difficult to read, so I would revisit that a little bit as well. Let's see if we have any of the... This text is a little small. I think it could be definitely a little bit bigger. I actually really love this thumbnail. This is a really good example. I like how you have it split. The 3G Pros. Well, this is a good example of your thumbnail of how the thumbnail supports the text, right? You see how you have like, oh, like we see all the different types of mouses, the 3G Pros. But I still think this title isn't great either. I'd probably rework that title, but the thumbnail is really well done. Quest players, that pink border is making it a little hard to read. The white's getting lost in there. Let's see. Here's another example we were talking about. You don't want your text to be bleeding into your bar right there, or into the timestamp. You see how 229's covering it? You want to watch that as well. Here's a good example too. I think actually what would be better with this, I bought a $1,500 chair. I've heard about this chair before, is having on the thumbnail, say like the best chair in the world, or like best chair ever, 3 words, best chair ever. And then you have, I bought a $1,500 chair, Herman Miller X Logitech Gaming. Or like, I bought a $1,500 chair and this is what I think. And then on your thumbnail, it says like best chair ever, or like maybe it was a worst chair ever. And then you had like the chair like busted and broken and it says like worst chair ever or something like that. Upload on YouTube for fun until you start to gain more. Yeah. So is it your direction that you're trying to go in now? Are you feeling like you want to be a full-time YouTuber? Are you a full-time YouTuber? Like, what are some of your goals right now? Thank you, Lion. I appreciate you. Yeah. So again, I think like you have like a general good understanding, but there's some of those things that we could work on. Let me see some of your most popular Quest players on VR chat. Dude, legit good. This is honestly just a good title, Quest players on VR chat, because anybody in VR chat knows exactly like, yep, Quest players. But yeah, I think the title or the thumbnail would work better if, and again, you're repeating Quest players though. I think it'd be funnier to have like an example of something that's going on, like what's his name? Do you know who I'm talking about? The VR chat YouTuber. I've talked to him before. He's pretty cool. name is something with an A. He tells stories on VR chat stories. He lets other people tell their stories. I know how to find it. 𝐒𝐿, there we go. It's 𝐒𝐿. Okay, so like 𝐒𝐿 has a good example too of like, but right now that's getting cut off. But like, you see how he has like these really just like, oh my gosh, he held me at gunpoint, and then it's a different like title. He's really good at like mixing his thumbnails to support his titles. So he's a good example. Full-time YouTuber right now. I'm doing military stuff. I have to wait like 4 years. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So you're already on the right track. I think some of those fixes with like your titles and your thumbnails could help you even more. That's some really great goals. But you're already obviously doing great. You're at 36.5K subs. I just think some of those like little improvements would really help get some more click-through rate on your videos. Yeah, and we just talked about the full body tracking thing too. I really like how you set that up. With like, because this is a good example of having the like a full body thumbnail. So let's revisit our Polly, thank you so much for the 2 super chat. Polly, we're running really low on time here. I'm gonna have to speed run a little bit because we have to end stream here soon. Yeah, so we have some other stuff in here, but I think that's enough information for you to start working on better thumbnails. And Twice, if you want to pop by, like when you upload a few more videos or like have a few more thumbnail stuff, feel free. I'd love to take a look again and give you feedback. Yeah, I got you. Thank you for submitting your channel. I really appreciate you. You're doing really good. Keep it up. You're doing awesome. And I think, again, like VR content is really great because it's really growing right now. So I'm super excited for you. And I think you're on your way. You're doing great. Hi, No. Welcome in. Yeah, Polly. So, Polly, did you want critique on your thumbnails or on art? Okay, here we go. Oh, you sent it to me. Okay, perfect. So Polly, we're gonna have to do a little bit of a speed run here because I do have to go very shortly. Let's take a look. So everything we literally just said, we can't read this text right here. So behind the scenes edited video, you see how your title is literally repeating what's on your thumbnail? You don't need to be repeating that. It's not necessary. So even if you just said like behind the scenes and then the title was like, I spilled my water while editing or something like that. I don't know. I'm just coming up with a random thing that would help. These thumbnails are better down here for sure, but the text is really, really hard to read, Polly. Like I can't read any of the text on your thumbnails. So that's the first thing I really want you to work with, is the readability on your text. It's very, very difficult to read anything on any of your thumbnails. So definitely revisit that. As we talked about earlier, VTuber is too far away. We need your VTuber to be closer to us, to the camera. And I just showed you really good examples of that. Right here is a good example. Right here for my live is a good example. We looked at Alpha Gaming's channel as well with the close-up. So definitely that. Yes, love and hype in the chat for Twice. That's right. Yes. So bringing your model closer, more readable text we need. And less text because there's too much text right now. Like like we just have too much going on right now. Too much text. It needs to be quick and snappy and attention grabbing. So that's it. Hopefully a good spot for you to start. That's what I want to see you start improving, is making it more readable. And if you're struggling in a certain area, like Spyro, for example, we can look up, if you need more examples of what to do, you can look up like Spyro on YouTube and see how other people are doing their thumbnail. See, this is a really good example. You can read everything. We got the arrow. You can read everything. We see all the multiple versions of Spyro. You can read things. So there, full game, 120%, best of 21, Spyro we can read it all. So if you're ever struggling with that, you can look up in that type of video and see what other people are doing and then try to make yours better. Because remember, you are competing against these other people, right? You're competing for the attention. I want you to click on my Spyro video. Why is my Spyro video better than this person's Spyro video? Well, you're gonna have to convince them of that in your thumbnail and in your title. That's your chance to sell yourself, right? It's like, am I gonna go to McDonald's or am I gonna go to Burger King? Well, it depends whose food is looking better to me at the moment and how they advertise themselves there. So very important. All right, so we're gonna wrap that up. It is 12:02 here. Gems, let me Let's hone in here for a second. All right, so gems, we are going to be live in about 1 hour. If you're interested in hanging out with me still, we're going to be live in 1 hour over on Twitch and live on the Steam page of I Was a Teenage 𝐒𝐿 It is going to be an 18+ stream. I am a family-friendly streamer, but there is a chance for vulgar themes and such in there, so it's a content warning. Tono, thank you for the YouTube sub. So if you guys are interested in watching that live, we're going to be doing that. I'd really appreciate the support over on Twitch. I will be live and on Steam, and I can't wait. So we're going to be playing that game together. I'm going to be doing like reading narrative. It looks super cool. I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek right now of what it looks like. It looks fantastic. This game just looks so good. The art looks beautiful. It looks like a game that I'm absolutely going to love. Spend your teenage years on an alien planet in this narrative life sim with card-based battles. Explore, grow up, and fall in love. The choices you make and skills you master over 10 years will determine the course of your life and survival of your colony. So, oh, guys, it looks so good. Look at the art. Look at the art. I'm beyond excited. I am beyond excited. So we'll be playing this in about an hour. I'm going to be setting all that up, getting some lunch here, and I can't wait. I'm very excited. So, boop boop. Hi Fadi, I hope your day's going well. All right, friends. So if you're not following me on Twitch, make sure you go check me out over there. I mostly stream on Twitch. I don't stream on YouTube very much. It's rare that we do this, but I try to connect with everybody here on YouTube when I can. But we are going to call it here. I know there's YouTube raids, but we haven't set it up yet. And we're gonna have to figure out how to do that because we gotta send the love and the raids to other people. For sure. Let me pause our music. All right, perfect. You're welcome. Thank you everybody who submitted your thumbnails today. Guys, it's a lot to get your work looked at by other people and judged, so you should be proud of yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself a hug if you came in today to get feedback on your thumbnails. Really appreciate y'all. We learned a lot of good stuff today. Again, if you liked this live stream, make sure you hit the like button. It'd really, really help. And if you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit the subscribe button because we are at 20K. We're going to be doing a song cover that I'll be releasing on this YouTube channel that you guys have been requesting, which is Riptide by Vance Joy. So I'm really excited for that. Once we hit 20K, we'll be working on that. So if you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I will be live in about an hour over on Twitch. So I'll see all you gems then. Thanks so much for coming out today. And I look forward to seeing you all grow and continue to just be amazing. All right. Have a good one. Bye.